What happens if your visa gets denied? What to do then?
So it will depend on the reason for denial, and the reason for denial is going to be different depending on the different type of visas. So, for example, if you're applying for an E2 and your visa gets denied, usually the most common denials are because of the source of funds, or you didn't invest enough money into your new company in the United States. So in those cases, obviously, we look through the evidence, see what we can improve, and then once we have more evidence and we address the officer's concern, you can simply reapply. So that's the easy one. Now, if you're applying for things like, B1, B2, and if it gets denied, then usually we advise clients to maybe wait a little bit, don't apply the next day. Again, see, whether maybe you can improve the evidence, show that if you're applying for a, tourist visa, maybe, show a little bit more ties to your countries, be more prepared the next day. Now, sometimes, and that's where you don't want to be, is where, let's say, you have a B1, B2, already stamped in your passport, you go for E2, the E2 is denied, and then they also deny or revoke the B1, B2. They have the authority to do that. And then in that case, obviously, you end up with no visa.
Got it. And with B1, B2, it's very common about intent, right?
Right.
About what's your intent. So how do you improve that? Or what's intent? Let's start by that.
Yeah, so basically, you have to show that your intent to come to the US, if you're doing the tourist visa, the B2, is to basically visit the US. Maybe you have some, trips organized in the United States. Maybe you want to go to Disneyland. Maybe you want to go to some other tourist attraction. So that's the B2. And with that, you have to show that you have the intent to return back to your home country. Good evidence for that is showing that you have family in your home country, you have other ties, like maybe you have a business, you have an employer, you have properties. So all of that you'll have to show to the consular officer to basically tell them that, yes, once I'm done with my touristy activities, I'm back in my home country.
Yeah, and has been a lot of buzz lately, we're now 2025 with the social media vetting and all that, what to...
Yeah, so this is something new that came up, I want to say maybe a couple months ago, where they will go through your social media, and if they see that you have posted either pictures or memes or other social media posts that are not in the best interest of United States, however you want to define that, they can deny your visa as well. So now we have started advising clients of, go through your social media and see the types of posts that you have made and whether this is something that, you think that might upset the officer and get to that denial. One thing you don't want to do is completely erase your social media, because that's also suspicious.
Yeah. So there's discretion here. The officer has discretion. So again, always taking the more conservative approach is usually what's recommended. So you don't want to be playing, too much in the limits, right? So hopefully that was helpful, and see you on the next one.